Hello commanders, welcome back. One of the activities that were affected in a positive way by Powerplay was smuggling. Smuggling now is not only a lot of fun to perform, but can be quite profitable as well. The most direct way that Powerplay has influenced smuggling is with the introduction of smuggling missions that you can accept and complete through the bulletin board. These missions require a different rank and a different relationship with each faction, and of course they will reward you with a different amount of credits. But that's not the only way to make money out of smuggling. You can take advantage of the different benefits each power has on the systems it controls. So if we take Argon Delaney for example and take a look at how he influences the systems that he controls, we can see that there is a 10% bonus on black markets pay. If we decide to take advantage of this, we can search around in the other territories that are not controlled by Argon Delaney and find prohibited goods around there and then bring them back to Argon Delaney, control or explore these systems and make a little bit of profit. Of course, in order to do this and find a good smuggling route, it will take us a couple of jumps. It won't be as fast as a trading route, you will have to travel a bit, but it worth all the trouble because the profit is good and it is a lot more fun than trading from one station to another. In general, smuggling is an activity that you will have to perform every time you find the commodity out there in a weak signal or an unidentified signal source, every time you act as a pirate and steal cargo from your targets, or if you want to complete a smuggling mission. Sometimes you will be even asked to do a smuggling run, do a smuggling route when you want to increase in rank with either the Federation or the Imperial Navy. We're not going to focus on how you can find goods to smuggle, how you can find smuggling routes. Today we're going to focus on how you can enter the station undetected without getting scanned by the security forces, delivering the cargo, the illegal cargo, either a mission or on the black market you want, and gain profit without any risk. Smuggling has a big risk. If you get caught, if you get scanned by security forces, by police forces around the station, then you will get a huge fine depending on the good you are carrying and a big reputation loss with the faction that is controlling the station. So it will be nice to know what you're doing when you're smuggling, or avoid stations that you don't want to lose reputation with. In theory, every ship in Elite Dangerous is capable of performing smuggling runs, but some are better than others. What is important for a smuggling ship is to be fast enough to avoid detection from patrols around stations and of course have a decent cargo capacity to earn you a lot of money. I have chosen the Cobra because I personally believe this is the best combination of price, speed and cargo. Let's take a look on how I have equipped the Cobra. This Cobra, I haven't equipped any weapons because we are not going to need any weapons. All we are going to do is take the goods from one station to another and earn money. I have equipped though two very important modules that are very useful for smuggling, and these are the Hitchin Launcher and the Chaff Launcher. The Hitchin Launcher is a very useful module that can be used in combination with silent running in order to keep your ship cool and help you avoid detection, while the Chaff Launcher is one of the best and most useful modules in the game. It can not only disrupt turrets and gimbal weapons, but it can also disrupt scans, kill warrant scanners, and help you avoid being scanned by patrols and get into the station, get into your destination with ease. As for the internal compartments and the basic modules, I have equipped the best thrusters, best frameshift drive, the best power distributor, and everything else, even the power plant, is downgraded to their D version, but the highest class. I have the best cell generator, not that we need it, but it's good to have some protection, and the difference in mass from A3 to A4 is not that big of a deal. As many cargo racks as possible, and a fuel scoop. You can remove this if you are doing missions, you can remove the fuel scoop, but if you are performing smuggling routes and not doing missions, then it is a nice module to have. In that way, our Cobra has a jump range of 23.97 light years and 20.56 light years laden, which is not that important if you are going from one station to another in the systems close by, but the most important is the cargo capacity. It can take up to 40 tons of illegal goods, so that means that you can make a nice profit, or you can take a lot of missions together at the same time. Before we start doing some smuggling runs, let's take a look on this Cobra and see how fast it is, how fast we can go, both normal and of course boost speed. And this is very important because one of the ways to perform smuggling runs is to just run inside the station as fast as possible. The other way is by using silent run. Now let's take a look on our speed and see how fast we can go with this Cobra. 315 normal speed, and if we boost we get this amazing 450. This is a very fast vessel. It is built to run fast inside the station, get inside the 451, get inside and deliver the cargo, deliver your goods without any problem. Another way to get inside the station and avoid being detected by the police force, avoid being scanned, is by enabling your silent running mode. Every ship generates hits, every module you have equipped on your ship generates hits, and your ship radiates some of this heat out to the environment, out to space. Other ships can detect that radiating heat and see you on their scanners and of course target you and perform scans on you. By enabling your silent running mode, you are preventing heat to escape from your ship, and in that way it is harder for other ships to detect you and scan you. But it is not impossible. If a ship is near you, very close to you, and that is depending on their sensors, they can still target you, they can still scan you. So it is important to know that silent running is not making you invisible, it is not some kind of stealth. So by enabling silent running mode, you can get faster to the station, you can get closer to the station without being detected, but as you keep your silent running mode, then your internal heat increases and you start getting cooked. By using a heatsink, you can prolong this silent running mode, you can use it in order to gain some valuable seconds and get inside the station. Another way to reduce your heat signature, to reduce the heat you generate and radiate, is by disabling as many modules as you can, even the life support. In that way you can approach the station without any real problem, without getting detected. Of course this is a more complicated procedure and you don't really have to perform it every time you want to smuggle into a station. It is very easy to just enable silent running or get in there as fast as possible. But it is always an alternative. Like I've said before, the first and easier way to get into a station to perform a smuggling run is just by going as fast as possible, ignore everything else around you and try to get in the station with the maximum speed. In that way you can avoid being detected by police ships and get into your destination really fast, but although this is the fastest and easiest way to perform a smuggling run, it is also the riskiest because you can crash onto a station and destroy your ship. In order to perform this successfully, you need to know well the capabilities of your ship, you need to be very familiar with your ship and how it handles, or else you could get destroyed. But it is the easiest way to enter a station and transport illegal goods. This is why it is safer to approach the station, then enable silent running mode and try to dock like this. In that way it will be harder for police forces, for other people around the station to scan you and create you problems. Just don't forget to ask for a docking permission. Most of the time, if you are lucky, you won't even have to use a heatsink. You will just be able to get into the station and disable silent running mode like this. Very easy mode, very easy way, and safer than before to get inside a station and perform your smuggling run.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Of course, things don't go always as planned. Your entry point might not be that good, you may not be approaching the station from the right angle, and that means that you will have to use your silent running mode for a longer time. This is why we have the hinging launcher equipped on our ship. It will help us prolong the time we can stay on silent running mode, and in that way we will be able to avoid any detection and get inside the station. But again, if some ships are close to you, they can still detect you if you are in silent running mode, and this is exactly why the most important module when you are performing smuggling runs is the chaff launcher. When you see the ship scan detected warning, wait for a couple seconds, then deploy a chaff and get inside the station without any problems. The chaff launcher is an excellent module that will disrupt any attempt to scan you. This is exactly why it is essential to have a chaff launcher equipped on your ship. You can perform smuggling runs with only a chaff launcher, and you don't even need to enable your silent running mode, or you don't even have to have a heatsink launcher equipped. All you're gonna need, the best module, the best tool at your disposal, is a chaff launcher and knowing when to deploy a chaff.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Another great ship to perform smuggling runs is the Diamondback Scout. This is a very nice alternative to the Cobra. It's a bit more expensive than the Cobra, but it is still a cheap ship with a similar loadout with the one we were using before. We have a better jump rate, 25.78 light years and 23.67 light years laden, but our cargo capacity is half of the Cobra's, only 20 tons. And with that loadout we can have equipped a fuel scoop, so that means that the Diamondback Scout is better at accepting and completing smuggling missions and not searching around for a nice opportunity to make profit and delivering to a black market somewhere far away. It is important to know how fast is the Diamondback Scout with pretty much the same loadout with the Cobra we're using before, so that's what we're going to find out right now. What is our normal speed with 4 pips on the engine, and what is our boost speed? 320 normal speed, so it is a bit faster than the Cobra on normal speed, and if we boost, $430, a bit slower than the Cobra on boost speed. The difference is not that high, it can be used effectively to perform smuggling runs. The only problem is that it has less cargo capacity than the Cobra. Another advantage of the Diamondback Scout is that it runs cooler than the Cobra, it doesn't generate heat as fast as the Cobra, and that can help you stay longer in silent running mode, help you get into a station without being detected. In general, the Diamondback Scout is an excellent ship for smuggling. It is very effective. The only drawback is that it's not as fast as the Cobra on boost speed, and that it doesn't have the same cargo capacity with the Cobra. But that doesn't mean that you should avoid it. It is a very good ship for performing smuggling runs when you want to complete missions from one station to another. Something else you should have in mind when you are performing smuggling runs is that the scan can occur not only when you are entering a station, but also when you are leaving the station. So if you are full with illegal goods and something tries to scan you, then you are gonna have a big problem. The only thing you can do is deploy a chaff, then run as fast as you can and try to get out of the range of the scan as fast as possible. This is why it is essential to have a chaff launcher equipped on your ship and be in a fast ship.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Although the Cobra and the Diamondback Scout and the other vessels that are cheap, under 1 million, are good to perform some smuggling runs, to do mostly smuggling missions, they are not the best ships, the best vessels to perform serious smuggling. If you are after some vessels that can do some serious smuggling, then you should look at multi-role ships that are a bit more expensive, such as the Asp Explorer, the Imperial Clipper, or even the Python. With a similar loadout, with the one we were using before with our Cobra and our Diamondback Scout, this Python can have the protection of a shield generator of A4 and a nice and excellent cargo capacity of 268 tons that will help you make a lot of money. With this loadout and 4 pips on the engine, our Python has a normal speed of 267 and its push speed can go up to 347. Not the fastest ship, not the fastest vessel for performing smuggling runs, but we're not gonna have any real problem. Despite the fact that the Python is a big and heavy ship and not as fast as the ship we were using before, we don't really have any problem into performing a smuggling run. We can use our silent running effectively, we can use a chaff launcher if we have to, we can even try and get inside the station as fast as possible, and we will have absolutely no problem. The worst scenario, the worst case that can happen is someone will try to scan us, and we're going to use a chaff launcher and still get inside the station and deliver our illegal goods. Smuggling in general is a very fun activity, not only because you are always trying to avoid detection and you are always trying to evade security forces, but also because you can roam around the galaxy in order to find the best smuggling route that will make you a lot of money. In theory, you can use every ship in the game in order to smuggle things, but some ships are better than others, and depending on the smuggling activity, on the form of smuggling activity you wish to perform, it can either be smuggling missions or it can be a smuggling route where you find certain commodities and try to transport them into a station that has them prohibited. You should choose the ship that best suits that certain activity and of course your play style. In general, it's a very fun activity and I definitely recommend it, not only to break the monotony from trading, bounty hunting or whatever else you are doing, but also as a nice way to earn some income. Thank you very much for joining me watching this video. I'm Squid of Love, fly safe commanders, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.